I'm not saying I'm not sorry. Just looking for another you. It's not getting any better.
Hey, it's Christiana from EDMNYC. I'm here with Armin van Buuren. Welcome.
Hi.
He's been here for a few days in New York. He actually just did the weather at Fox News. So how was that? Did you enjoy that?
That was so random. I was actually for a different meeting at Fox, and the weather lady came up to me, and she's a big fan. And I said, "You're actually the weather lady? Can I do the weather?" You know? And she said, "Sure." And before I knew it, 5 minutes later, I was actually doing the weather.
Think you're a natural?
No. I think I should stick to DJing. I'm probably not your best weather for. And actually, I think next week it's not going to be such good weather. So maybe I'm bad luck for weather in general.
Gotta leave New York then.
Exactly.
All right. So you've been running 2 shows now, Thursdays and Sundays, and managing to pull off all these gigs at the same time. How do you balance everything out and keep it fresh?
It's tough. I'm not gonna lie. It's a military operation, that whole diary, but I think I want to give credit to the great team of people I have around me. You know, I have a massive team. They're not only working for me, but I've got a great agency, great management, and they make sure that everything just fits. I just sit back and relax and enjoy the ride and focus on what I should be focusing on. I think the music, the sets, the sound, and of course the visual show around me. I'm involved a little bit in that, but I have people for that. So no, I'm blessed by great people around me.
All right. So everyone knows you for your music, but we also know that you went to law school. What made you transition, and how do you incorporate that into your everyday life, maybe with Armada? And
actually, it's funny that you should ask. Just this week, I was approached as well by the Dutch government as well to advise on their standpoint for the future of copyright law in the Netherlands. So I'm not a lawmaker, but I know actually what law is about because that's what I studied, right? A little bit. So I specialized in business law, and I wrote a paper about copyright law, and I did that in 2002, before the internet and this whole streaming and illegal download discussion really started. And that's a really hot topic right now, especially in the European Union, because they want to make legislation that goes out of Brussels and that all the countries should, incorporate. So it's a discussion that they call me for all the time. I have to be honest, though, I steer away a little bit from the whole political side of things, because I once was in a TV show debating with one of the political party members who was totally against paying for downloads for music and stuff. And I got so much negative comments on social media after that. I was like, okay, I know how it works in a legal way, and it's good to know, but I'd rather just focus on making music. And
definitely.
It's good. Another good thing is that I pay taxes in every country where I spin. I pay taxes here, and it's good to know something about tax law, about business law.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit boring, but it's really good that if you speak with your accountant and your lawyer, that they actually, they need to say only 2 sentences, and you're like, I understand.
Right. Okay.
But I don't think you don't have to be afraid that I'll ever sue you, or I don't think I'll ever be a lawyer end of the day.
Okay.
No.
So going back to government, where you're from, Holland, the government supports music. Music thrives there. Do you think the U.S. will ever be anything like that, or is it just something special about home?
I think the U.S. government is also promoting a little bit American artists, American acts, right?
I mean, not like you guys, like ADE and...
ADE. ADE is that's a good point.
And...
That's a really good point. That's a valid point. Yeah, I think ADE is something that we're particularly proud of in the Netherlands. But there's also, ADE is being paid partly by the Dutch government, and another part is being funded by the Buma Stemra, which is the collecting society. Okay. And within the collecting society, there are also people that are like, why am I paying for that? Because it's not promoting my music. So, there is a debate about that. But end of the day, you're absolutely right. We can be very proud of an event like that. And the Dutch government is supporting us and is helping us around the world. So yeah, that is a great thing. I hope maybe President Obama will support the American DJs. That would be a great thing. I think it's all a matter of time, because I remember when dance music first arrived, and that there was in the media in the Netherlands, it was completely totally negative about it. It's raves, it's illegal, it's blah 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 blah. They were saying all these things. And now it's sort of turned, because now they see the positive side of things. Right. That we're actually, we're adding to the good name of the Netherlands, and there's so many DJs come from Holland. And I think that might as well happen in the US, because there's still people who are negative towards rave culture, and they say it's rave. But I think that in America may shift slowly as well, and they see that it's... I mean, I remember the stories of my parents seeing the Beatles, and in that time that the parents of my parents said, oh, it's disgusting music, and we hate it. And now everybody's like, oh, the Beatles, And I think that will happen with dance music as well. My parents maybe not be the biggest fans of dance music, but I think it will, slowly but surely it will be more accepted. I think we just have to wait a little bit.
Definitely. So you actually made a comment in another interview I saw about trance being or electronic music being like an oil spill. Can you talk about that a little bit and how it's constantly changing and evolving?
Well, if you look at the history of music, you see that music is constantly evolving in the sense of that, punk came from pop and rock and funk, and so I mean that styles are constantly shifting, merging. You have strange collaborations Skrillex became popular because of dubstep, right? And dubstep is basically, the way I see it, has a lot of influence from jungle, two-step, all these different styles. And what I meant with the remark about the oil stain is that I feel that dance music, the four to the floor kick drum, if you will, has left such a big mark on all genres of music, and I mean even classical music. I spoke to people from classical orchestras that regularly have to play to a click track or whatever. So, pop music is being produced more and more with the dance music feel, but also on the underground. It's more and more evolving. It's no longer. I remember when in the beginning it was just house. In the beginning, there was Jack, right? You know the story. It was this. And now it's sort of spread out. It's no longer just one particular sound, one particular thing. And I think that's the beauty of it as well.
Yeah, definitely. So without going into too much detail, what can we expect from the new album? We have so many fans that are so excited about it, but can you give us a little sneak peek?
Well, I haven't decided on the final track list yet, so I have way too many songs to put on the album, that's for sure. So I'm already debating with my management team which tracks should be on there, which tracks shouldn't be on there. It's an entirely different album than Intense, of course. There's a lot of collaborations on there, for which I'm really excited. There's quite a few instrumental tracks on there as well. Okay. I learned a lot. I actually worked with a lot of musicians on several tracks, recording. I learned a lot about recording, learned a lot about new techniques. Because one of the things that I'm really that I like most about producing and making music, dance music, is the learning experience. I just found out how little I actually know about producing, and I've been making music for 20 years, and I learn on a day-to-day basis, and I'm self-educating a lot, taking piano lessons, taking guitar lessons, I want to learn, and I'm very eager to go and explore, and who knows where that will bring me. We'll see.
All right, one last question. So we're gonna throw a little curveball in and have some fun. If you could think of an acronym for Trance and what it means to you, you can think about it.
Trance is life for me. It's everything for me in my life revolves around trance. But I think mostly it's about the state of emotion, I guess. That for me is the most important. It just brings you in that zone. It's so hard to describe and to put into words. So people that listen to music, to trance, and that love it maybe know what I mean. It brings you in that zone. It can totally take you to a different place.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you were looking for one word, right?
Well, an acronym, like every letter in trance. Could you think of a word for each? I'm putting you on the spot.
I'd have to think about that. We'd have to record that for the next interview.
Next time.
Hey, this is Armin van Buuren. You've been watching an interview with me for EDMNYC.com. Thank you very much.